Hello everyone, welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I'm PJ and we are located in Northwest Arkansas. I have an ARBA registered rabbitry. I raise commercial meat breed rabbits. I have New Zealand's in black, blue, and broken, and silver fox in black and blue, and I hope to cross those into my New Zealand's, one to improve the body types, two because I want to produce years down the road, so the generation after generation, broken silver fox. So, but what I wanted to talk to you about today is this little girl here. This little girl, her name is BlueGrass. You've seen her before. Actually, you have seen me pretend to judge this girl once. I'm not a judge. I just know what I like, and hopefully I have a good understanding of the ARBA standard for New Zealand's. And so I have judged this girl before, and there's a lot about this girl that I can appreciate. First, just right off the bat, when you take a look at her, the first thing I like is this beautiful, stunning blue color. You know, that is an excellent blue color. She's also got a very beautiful fur. The right length could be a little more dense, but it's pretty dense. She's got a gorgeous flyback fur. Flyback fur, when I talk about flyback fur, you roll the fur backwards and you see how quickly that snaps. I'm going to see if I can bring the camera in just a little closer and let you see that. See how quickly that fur flies back into place? That's what you call flyback fur. Now there's rollback fur. When you do this, it goes back, but much, much slower. It doesn't snap. It just falls back into place instead of snaps back. Okay? And then you have stand-up fur, like a silver fox, and you roll their hair backwards like this, and it just stays in place. It stands up like a porcupine. And then, of course, you have the Rex fur. And Rex fur is very short, very dense, and it's, in a way, stand-up fur. Now, it's all of its own, but when you roll it back, you know, it stands up. It stands up all the time. It's very short, and it feels like a plushy toy. It's so plush. That's the Rex fur. And then there's, let's see, the satin fur, which is like a regular fur, only it's got a sheen to it and very, very, very shiny. So anyway, that's enough about fur. We're talking about BlueGrass. All right, so like I said, at first glance, you walk by and you look down and you see a rabbit, and the first thing you notice about this girl is that stunning, beautiful blue color. You just can't ask for a better blue, especially in a broken. So this is just a stunning blue color, and I love that about her. First thing, and then the fur. She's got excellent fur, and she's in excellent condition. By the way, before I go any further, like I said, you've seen this girl before. This is BlueGrass, and I'm sure most of you that are watching is aware of who BlueGrass is. BlueGrass comes from A-Town Rabbitry. Her mother was Blue Cheese, and Blue Cheese came out of Banks, and I think Blue Sky. So Banks was one of my bucks. Blue Sky was a doe. She was actually a birthday present to me a couple years back, and I got a couple litters out of her, and then she moved on, and A-Town Rabbitry had her. And so Banks, and I'm fairly certain Blue Sky was her mother. And then Blue Cheese was bred to Blue Topaz, and Blue Topaz was one of my bucks. He is a full brother and a 99% sure a litter mate to my doe Cass. So this is a granddaughter of Banks, a daughter of Blue Cheese. As you know, most of you probably know, I had Blue Cheese for a short period of time. I showed her one time, finished off her Grand Championship, got her registered, and then I tried to breed her several times. And then the last time she did take, and about 12 days after she was bred, we lost her. So she has crossed over to the Rainbow Bridge, and this is her daughter. Now another thing I like about this doe, we've got the color, we've got the fur, we got the bloodlines. Another thing I like about her, when you look at her, you think, wow, what a butt. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's all she is. She's all butt. She's nice and wide, real wide, nice and full, loin, she's got it. There's no indentation around the hips, nice and full, nice and wide, not pinched in the hindquarters. She goes all the way down. She's not pinched at the tail. She's got a great backside. Now, for the bad, my first evaluation I mentioned, and I have not changed my mind on that. This girl lacks the depth to balance out with all that width. She is so wide, she really should be taller here. And then I think she peaks. What little peak she has, she actually does peak correctly, and so I appreciate that about her. But she needs more depth, and her biggest deficiency is size. This girl's going to be a senior doe, 8 months old, in 2 days. Yes, today's the 11th, so she's going to be 8 months old. She's going to be a senior doe in 2 days, and I weighed her in today at 7 pounds 12 ounces. That is a huge deficiency, but she is a nice doe. And so I looked at my bucks, and I really have two choices. My first choice, if I want to stay with broken to broken, would be Greasy. Greasy is my largest buck, my largest broken buck. He is 10 pounds 2 ounces. He too has a beautiful blue color when he's in coat. Right now he's all bucky because he's been providing stud service for a while. But when he's in condition, he's got a beautiful blue coat. He's got the size, he's got the bone structure, and he does have some depth that would improve her. Now, my second choice would be Tex. Now, Tex is my biggest buck in the barn. He is 10 pounds 12 ounces, so very, very big. His color isn't the greatest. He is a little pale in color, but he's got the hindquarters that will match up to hers. I mean, he's got the hindquarters there. He's got the shoulders, but now what he has that she doesn't have is the height. Tex is very, very, very high, and he's so high, even though he's wide, he really needs to be a little more wider to balance out with all that depth. And so I think today, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to breed her to Tex. I think the colors could be complementary. We may get some good color. We may get some pale color. We're going to have the width because both animals has the great, great, great hindquarters and width. No pinch, no undercut. We're not going to have a problem there. And I think they both, she's real strong in the shoulder, kind of low. Not necessarily low on the shoulder. She's low here at the peak. but her shoulder, up to this point, she's very strong in the shoulder. If anything, I think Tex might be a little weak in the shoulder. So I think these two would complement each other greatly. So I'm going to try to breed her to Tex. And what's going to happen is she's a first-time mom, so it might take twice. You can't rely on first-time mamas. But what we hope will happen is we'll breed her to Tex. We're going to get a litter, and A-Town Rabbitry and Grace Hollow Rabbitry is going to split those litters. And then that may be it. We may only do just the one litter. I kind of want to give her a little more time to find out how that litter turns out. So I think what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and breed her to Tex now, or try, and get that first litter. And then when the time comes around again, I think I'm going to go ahead and give her a chance and breed her with Greasy. And then by the time she's ready to wean those babies, the first litter should be big enough that we can find out what she's throwing. And then at that time we can decide, okay, we can use her as a brood doe with these two bucks. Let's continue as long as we're getting the size up, and as long as she's throwing these hindquarters on the babies, because this is what we want. We want this hindquarter and these colors. So if she's throwing these good traits into her babies, and the size from Tex and Greasy, then we may decide to go ahead and continue breeding her, and then we may not. I really take pride right now that I have managed to get, at least on my New Zealands. I'm not there with my silver fox yet, but all of my New Zealands, all the ones that are being used for breeding, are registered. This girl, I do believe she's going to grow some more. I think she's a late bloomer. She's got the bone structure. She's got the bone density. I do think she's going to put on just a little more weight. But I don't think she's ever going to reach 10 pounds in order to register her. So we may keep her for brood doe, but probably not long term. So for now, welcome BlueGrass to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. And isn't that a darling face? Isn't she just a doll? Beautiful. I only wish you were bigger. But boy, I love those hindquarters. Get some depth on there and keep this, and you'll have a rabbit. Isn't that right, sweet girl? Hey, down below I'm going to leave some links. One will be to my website where you can see my show schedule, and if I have any rabbits available, they will be listed on the for sale page. If I have anything for sale and I'm coming to a show near you, I am always happy and thrilled to deliver a rabbit to you at any of those shows at no charge. That's always free. I will also leave a link to my Facebook page, so if you have any questions, rabbit-related questions, or would like to talk to me and visit with me personally, the best way to do that is to catch me on Facebook or send me an email. And you can always email me at gracehollow@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless. What do you think, BlueGrass? Are you a star? I think you'll be a star. You're beautiful. You're going to throw big, beautiful babies. Yeah. Let's go see Tex. You want to go meet Tex? Alright, so in closing, I wanted to show you Puff and her babies. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but this girl's been eating a lot of grain, lots and lots of grain, and I've been feeding her oats. Oats helps with milk production. I've also been giving her a little bit of sweet potato for extra calories. She loves those sweet potatoes. Boy, let me tell you. She is actually as thin as she is. If you saw the previous video about Puff, she actually does look pretty good. She's got a long way to go. Turn around here, Puff. Come here. Turn around. There we go. Look at that girl. If the new girl over there would quit pulling her fur out, that's Denali. And Denali's pulling the fur right out of her. Look at her. Look at that. She's pulling the fur right off of her. And Puff is just letting her do it. Come on. I guess I'm going to have to move that dough. Alright, so Puff is looking way better. Until this, I'm going to have to move her. I'll show you the babies in a minute. Alright, so we got that Denali moved. She's actually just in the very next cage. Unfortunately, that does put her behind Colby. So I hope Colby doesn't spray her. So I'd like to keep her clean for shows, but if I move her to the following cage, then she's next to Pepperjack and he'll spray her. So I guess no matter where I put her, she's going to be beside a buck. That's why I had her here. But I just didn't like her plucking Puff the way she was. And there's Puff. She's all relaxed out. And she's gaining weight. Oh gosh, I can't believe, what are we, 3 days of oats now? Sweet potatoes, and she's really picked up her appetite, and she's really put on the weight. Her coat even looks better, other than now she's bald. She's just, wow, in 3 days has made such a tremendous turnaround. The day she kindled, I'll be honest with you, I really think it took everything out of her, and I thought, she's not going to survive this. I just hope she lives long enough to raise these babies up to grain, but, you know, she looks pretty good. I think she's going to pull through, and I think she's going to make it. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at her babies. Right now, she has 4. If you remember, she has 4, and then we took 4 to a foster mom, and we lost one of the fosters. So we are down to 3 over in the fosters. And then we have a little one here. I checked on it earlier today. It's still alive. Yeah, it's still alive. This one's just not getting the milk. And now, you know, her milk production's coming up. But this one is so weak now, I really don't think it's going to make it. I tried to let it nurse off of Gouda, because I figured Gouda, since she just lost a litter, would still have some milk. But apparently enough time has gone on that she no longer has milk, or at least not enough. And so then I tried to let it nurse off of Washita, which amazingly enough, although she did grumble at me and not necessarily enjoy it, Washita allowed me to flip her upside down and find some teats and let the little booger nurse on her. Unfortunately, I think she must have just fed her babies, because I don't think the baby got any. But anyway, there's the first one. And look at that little chunky monkey. Boy, getting some milk now, isn't he? And then here's the second one. Whoop, up. The first one's trying to get back in the hole. Boy, he's going too. He is. Look at that. He is fighting me to get back in there. Alright, I'm going to have to show you the babies in the hole. They won't. Look at that. Look how much they've grown. You seen these guys, I don't know, was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago that I compared these babies to Washita? And they were way smaller, but whew, look at that. Those boogers are growing, man, I tell you. Old Puff is going to at least raise 3 of them anyway. I don't know about the 4th one. So